Welcome everyone to Group 5 Game 3 Risk World Cup 2025. This is their final game of round 1 for these 5 nations, battling it out in Ottoman Empire Advance in a Prague World Dom match. Here is your lobby. We've got Duck here for Portugal, Silver here for Southwestern Asia, Clive here for Turkey, Lernsey here for the Dutch, and Zerki here for Southeastern Asia. I'll update Clive's name real quick so it actually shows his name, not just Turkey. There we go. Mahan. Oh, the second. Mahan. Okay, Mahan. I'm pretty sure that's what I said second. Alright, so we're in Ottoman Empire Advance. We don't expect this to be a bonus game. However, we saw it a bonus game yesterday in the late night group. In Group 9, I believe it was. It was a bonus game, and it turned out to be just a total wreck of a game. It was very intense and wild. So, who knows what we'll get in this one. First in turn order is Silver. Silver's from Iraq, but he is part of the regional team of Southwestern Asia, which is Iraq, Iran, and Palestine. Second in turn order, we have Lernsey. Now, Lernsey's playing for the Dutch. The Dutch were big favorites coming into this. They have the #1 player in the world on their team, but they have only taken 3 points so far through 2 games. There's a lot of pressure on Lernsey to get some points for him here. Now, no teams are cut for the first 3 rounds of the World Cup. They'll play 3 rounds, and then the top 18 of the 49 teams will go through to the quarterfinals after 3 weeks. So, long time to go here for these guys. They got plenty of time you got 9 games basically to collect your points. You probably need at least 2 wins during those 9 games. And then beyond that, depending on how many bounties you can collect. Bounty points are 3 points per bounty, but in a progressive game, you've got to get an immediate trade or win on that turn you took the bounty. This is a progressive game here, so you will need the immediate trade to get the bounty points. Alright, Zerki, third in turn order. Sorry, I'll fix my zoom here so you guys can actually see all the info. There we go. Zerki, third in turn order here for Southeastern Europe. Zerki representing Croatia. Southeastern Europe's Croatia and Serbia. One of the favorites also in this tournament. They have 3 players with tons of tournament experience, World Cup experience, including Zerki and Roberto Lowe's, who have been very good in tournaments over the past year and a half. What's up, Opentania? Welcome in. Clive is playing because Grogu had some sort of internet situation where the internet people came to his apartment building to install some new lines or something, so his service might go out, so they didn't want to risk it. So you got Clive here for his second game of round 1, but I'm sure Grogu will make it up later. The game earlier today was a bonus game. Yeah, I have not watched it back yet. So any information, Libra and Open, you guys have about it, we'd love to hear. But we did see that Southeastern Asia won the game. So I guess it was a bonus game. Yeah, and ICE will just play 2 games next week. They'll be fine. Oh, what? Yeah, so he lives in Germany, I believe, but he's either his parents or he are from Turkey originally. 4 players and a bot. Yeah, so if you have 4 players, you can actually try to take some bonuses, but the bot's gonna mess things up. Yeah, always fun when they come in unannounced and you gotta tell them, hey, I'm playing a really serious risk match. How would they not understand? Are they not watching? Some people. Their priorities. Fitz extending luck to Grogu in next week's games as long as they aren't in the same group. Really sweet words there from Fitz. Yeah, the 5-player bonus game yesterday was wild. If you haven't seen it, I believe that was Group 9 last night. When putting these settings together, I would have never imagined we were headed down that path. So, yeah, there was a Canada and a USA team in there. And Trunk was the first one to take a bonus, by the way. So, we can all jointly blame Canada. Hey, welcome in Games a Lot. All right, here goes Duck for Portugal. They have yet to collect any points so far. A lot of teams that haven't collected points, though, so... Again, you got 9 games to get it all figured out here. What do you guys think? You think you need 3 wins or just 2 to get into the top 18? Obviously, it depends a lot on if teams are like sweeping a group. That helps a lot to take the pressure down on how many games you need to win. The way the cuts work, the top 18 go to quarterfinals. After the quarterfinals, the team with the highest score goes directly to the final. The next 12 teams go to the semifinals. So there's a big benefit to being that very top team, getting the direct path to the final. Riedel thinks 1 win will be enough. That's interesting. Maybe depending on bounties, yeah. And maybe depending on which game you win. I think originally when I was just looking at it, I was thinking it was probably 2 wins and a couple bounties. Who has the most points? Why would you ask me such a hard question? Canada won's at 42 points. New Zealand's at 41 points. Or are you asking for individual players with the most points? Riedel and Fitz both have 26 points. So those are the 2 best players in Risk in my eyes. Just based specifically off this one random piece of data to base all of my decisions off of. Riedel and Fitz, best 2 players in the world. What's up, Junko? Welcome in. Junko playing for South Africa today. All right, so what these guys are doing, we're playing what's kind of expected here to be a no bonus game, and it looks like that is how we're playing it. I don't see anyone going full out for a bonus at this point, so what they're more focused on is just lining up the person after them in turn order. So if we take a little bit of a look at it, we won't go too in depth, but just looking at some lines here. Get my marker out. So theoretically, white should be lining up orange. Southwestern Asia should be lining up the Dutch. Oh, actually, that comes there. This comes through here. That's a little bit tricky. That's a little bit tricky. That can help there. So some decent lines in general. Again, we're early in the game. We're just finishing up our 3rd turns. So plenty of time left. The Dutch should be lining up poor Zerki. Now Zerki's in this important kill guard position here, but we don't have anyone kill guarded up here, which is those are kind of the 2 kill guard areas on this map. So the Dutch and Zerki, this is going to be tricky for them. So they may kind of shift their plan down to lining up Portugal. We'll see. That's sometimes what you do if you see someone that well kill guarded. And these are both kind of long plays there for the Dutch. We'll see if that's what they end up doing. All right, silver laughing. Sorry, I think I just realized I don't have your wrist sounds on. Oh, do we need a prediction? I'll do it right now. We're just predicting who wins this game, probably. Or we'll put like 2 minutes on that. There you go. I mean, I think Southeastern Europe's got to feel pretty good about their spot, being guarded there by Turkey. Oh, is poll different than prediction? Hold on. So prediction, yeah. Hold on. Sorry, I did the wrong one. Gosh, this guy is such a noob. Why don't they just let Open do all the broadcasts? Ending poll. Sorry, I did the wrong thing. There we go. Prediction. Who won that game? Was it Southeastern Asia won? Yeah, I'll complete your other one there for you. Open. All right, here we go. I'm not putting colors though. You're just gonna have to figure it out on your own. There's no time for that, guys. And Portugal and Turkey. Turkey, eh? I need to start saying it in the right way here. Hey, Open, you've been doing such a great job. You're so fun to watch during a World Cup with your wealth of knowledge. Very entertaining. All right, that prediction's up. I don't know how much time, but it looks like I may have put like 60 seconds on it, so you better click really fast. I'm sorry, this broadcaster's a total noob. What are you gonna do? I really think what we might be seeing happening here is the Dutch working on lining up the person 2 after them in turn order. And maybe they could add to this stack and get this through here somehow. Maybe there's some play in there. But don't be surprised if you see that being the kill they go for. Lack of radio voice. I don't think I have a lack of radio voice either. I think my voice is too high for that. Crackle's got a deeper voice for sure. Micah's got a pretty deep voice. Quarantine too. They all kind of have deeper voices than me, I think. I do think my voice is a little deeper than Hot Buns. So, I've got that going for me. All right, silver goes to 5 cards. We haven't traded yet. These are still the first set of trades. We expect everyone to go to 5 cards here. And then possibly we might see some action on that second set of trades. But certainly by that third set of trades, this game should heat up. What do you guys think? You think we see a kill attempt on that second set of trades? What are Xerxes' lines on Portugal? Pretty solid. His problem is this little patch. Because this can come down, but then depends on what he has to blow through there to get the rest of it. But pretty good lines. His bugaboo is going to be depending on how big white makes that. This is exactly what we expected Game 3s to look like in all the groups. But this looks like the first of the 3 groups so far to play it that are playing a true no bonus game here. With no one really even trying to go for a bonus. There may be some games where some people just realize late that it's supposed to be no bonus. That's part of the fun of the World Cup, is seeing the different playing style. I feel like Silver might be playing on like a school computer or something, because it says like student, which always makes you feel so old. Zug Zug student. Kyle XY, sure. Who doesn't know that? Okay, that's huge for potentially Xerxes kill lines on Portugal moving forward. Let's see if Silver keeps it down there. Yeah, he does. Let's see the mayhem. Welcome in the Black Ghoul. Happy to have you here. This is game 2 on the day. Game 1 if you are only awake in normal American times. But game 2 on the day. Open did the early game at 10 UTC earlier today. And you're going to get more Open Tanyao after this, which I know everyone will be relieved to hear. So Open's got 2 games back-to-back. He's got Group 4 and Group 3 Game 3s back-to-back after this. Short break after that, then Quarantine takes over for the night session. He's got 5 straight games tonight, beginning at 20 UTC. So it'll be packed with Risk World Cup this afternoon in the US and tonight in Europe. So beginning at 20 UTC, the final game kicks off at 22:30 UTC tonight. And there's only one game tomorrow. It's at 16 UTC. And again, everyone's favorite broadcaster, Open Tanyao, will be back for that one. A lot of matches left. This is match 19 of 27 for round 1. We've had by far the highest amount of attendance in terms of lack of no-shows that we've ever had in the first round of a World Cup. So kudos to the staff for making such an effort to get people here, help in the back end to alert people. It's always really challenging in round 1. So it looks like we're going to lose one team out of round 1, Southern Europe, for whatever reason. They no-showed, but the looks like we'll have a 48-team round, I think, next round. So this is Group 5. Right after me is Group 4. Who has the group I'm in? Group 6? Yeah, so Group 6 plays back-to-back today at 21 and 21:30. Those are both Quarantine's broadcasts. Silver is a student for Zug Zug. Yeah, so is it like his school computer? Silver representing the nation of Iraq. What do you mean what happens for next week, Junko? Zug Zug is the student? We really got to get this figured out. I don't know that we can move on with the World Cup until we know officially is Zug Zug the student or the teacher. Or has the student become the teacher? might jump in to see if we can hear any of the Dutch conversation. If it's in Dutch, we'll have Open translate it all for us. But we've got Lernzy and Redalinu in here. Let's see if they're talking.
Het is het ook nog niet waard om het nu al te doen, volgens mij.
Nee. Ja, thanks.
Ja, zeker.
Ja. Maar goed, dat betekent wel dat hij zit dus te denken, oh, ik moet door rood. Dus misschien heeft hij nog helemaal niet gezien dat hij via jouw 10 door de 1 en 2 van rood kan.
Okay, Open, go ahead and translate all of that real
Ik ga
quick.
sowieso wit ondertikken, though.
I assume you can just do it real fast.
Ja. Ik zou trouwens ook diezelfde territory weer terugpakken. Maar dat forceert hem om te splitten.
That's split. Splitta is a split. I think maybe we can just all learn Dutch together through Risk, right? Wait, is it German or Dutch that they're speaking? Splitta sounds like a German word.
Is dat een normale trade?
They're looking at the other team's lines on them.
Nice.
Okay, making sure. I think nice.
Ik ga even kijken naar andere lijnen.
Ja. Wat is... Oh, blauw is rood onder 1500 zitten. Fair enough.
Lernzy's kind of jumping back between Dutch and
denk
English.
Ja, en heeft blauw bijvoorbeeld lijnen op groen of rood? Hij moet een 9 van groen hebben dan. Dan heeft hij 1, 2 daar, 3,
The 8 trade.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alleen die 11 en die 1 kan hij niet pakken, maar hij kan door die witte 4. Dat is de enige blokkade. Dan moet hij met die 13 moet hij die 5 killen en dan splitten. Dus op zich prima lijnen, maar
Line is line.
of het waard is, ja, weet ik niet.
Should have changed the title to Learn
Kunnen we
Dutch.
niet... Als wit niet nu
Learn
trade,
Dutch
zouden we
with
dan
Mitch.
kunnen proberen die kill te pakken.
Zou kunnen inderdaad, voor 5 kaarten. Nou nee, dat wordt de risico. Het is de 15 trade maar.
I think he's talking about
precies.
this pocket being the blockade.
Ik denk niet dat we dit gaan winnen, omdat er
De
al...
kill
er
guard.
lopen al 10 troepen achter op iedereen. En wit zit heel erg op ons te jagen.
Ja.
Tenzij er iets heel geks gebeurt, denk ik dat we niet meer kunnen winnen.
Ja, misschien dat groen opeens een gekke move gaat doen of zo.
Dat is waar.
Heeft blauw misschien lijnen op rood. Daar. Nee, Zerky zit echt heel duidelijk op groen te aarzen.
Zerky, I caught Zerky in
Ja.
there.
Oeh.
Well played.
I do not like that. Oh, gaat die 6 nog terugzetten?
Okay, so here's where the
No
action
way.
should potentially happen.
Serieus? Oh, maar
Trade
hij
for a kill.
gaat toch niet voor die kill nu?
Nee.
Nee,
Trying
sowieso
to be
niet.
safe from
Wel.
silver.
Of nog niet, maar...
Oh, they're
Nee,
nervous
Nee,
now, I
die
promise.
heeft hij niet. Die heeft hij niet. Dat wordt een hele risicovolle kill.
Nee, hij
Hij
pakt
moet daar
niet.
een split maken. Hij heeft een inactieve 4.
Ja, nee, hij pakt hem niet.
It's really tough.
Maar hij gaat wel met die 9 naar boven.
Maar wij moeten nu treden om voor safety,
I don't think he's going for it.
toch?
Jawel, ja.
Ja.
They can take a deep breath. They get the trade on 3 and keep the wild. And they're on 69
Ja,
troops. Oh my gosh, the Dutch are so good at risk.
Oeh, dit is heel goed nieuws voor Zerky. Ik denk dat hij echt wel voor groen gaat.
Ja.
Kunnen wij die kill op een of andere manier blokkeren? Nee, ik denk het niet.
Nee. Ik denk dat het eigenlijk ook wel goed is als hij nu groen pakt. Dan,
Ja, maar we hebben een set op 3. Dan kunnen we misschien op die manier nog een kill
ja.
kunnen pakken. Misschien op wit. Als hij naar 4 gaat, als hij geen set op 3 heeft. Maar misschien dat Zerky wel een clean sweep
You would have set, you would have held on. Riedel
maakt
felt
hierdoor.
confident.
Ja. Wat is mijn belangrijkste? Ik denk die 14 in het midden dat de belangrijkste is, toch?
Ja,
The
klopt.
Dutch and the Deutsch, different. One really good at risk. The other really nice people. You know.
Kijk waar ik een kaart
I'll let you decide who's who.
Zerky hieronder, denk ik, best.
Ja, dat kan makkelijk.
Oh, maybe we can hear what the Portuguese are talking about. I don't think these guys are going for anything. It's just to take, yeah. Okay, let's jump over to Portugal real quick. We can also try to learn Portuguese today. Oh, we got a hello in English. Way easier. The Dutch were trying to hide their communication by not speaking English. All right, we're on with the Portuguese. It's Duck and O Conquistador. O Conquistador. They're in green here. Riedel just thought that no one had lines on the Dutch. So no need to trade there. But they got to keep their wild anyway, so did the trade really hurt them? I guess they lost a few troops, potentially. I assume we have someone in the chat that can translate the Portuguese for us. Hey, thanks for the raid, Chad. Welcome in. We're right to the action in a no bonus World on Prague game, just like you love. Are you guys not hearing the Portuguese? Why is that? Hold on, sorry. I messed that up. I don't know why it wasn't working. Okay.
Uma boa ideia.
There's the Portuguese for you.
Ok.
Mas acho que as próximas rondas vai haver bife, basicamente. Acho que na próxima. Já agora estou aqui a ver quem é que tem.
Hopefully Chad speaks Portuguese. Chad, do you speak Portuguese?
O 23 está a proteger do azul, portanto o gajo agora não há match, não tem angle em ti, mas mais uma ronda de cartas e basicamente já quase toda a
Azul
gente
is
mata toda a
blue,
gente.
so they're talking about
O azul vermelho
Zerky
agora já
trying
vai
to
ser
kill him.
perigoso.
E eu vou também, certo?
Ok, o gajo está a pôr a mente por nós. Também está a jogar de defesa, não está.
Yeah, that looks pretty clean there for Zerky.
Toda a gente já sabe que eu vou.
Aquele 10 cinzento está a ser protegido por aquele 18. Que é uma merda.
Obviously, he won't do it next turn because there's no trade.
Também já não tens angle.
But the lines are pretty solid for blue on green.
Não, está agora a ser protegido por aquele 20.
Chad speaks 1,996 languages. That's fantastic.
Isso é engraçado, então.
Now, keep in mind, most of those are fantasy languages. Like, he can speak Klingon, Dothraki, Elvish. So, it's not as useful as
Ai,
you
eu
might
estava a
think.
falar maluco, só que eu estava montada.
Still 69
Eu
troops for
acho
the
que tu quase
Dutch.
tens mais ângulo para o vermelho. Yeah.
Yes, Duck is Portuguese. What do you think we see here? Next turn?
O 11 consegues ir para o
Zerky
4
just
e para o
tries to
3 da
dry kill.
Ibérica.
No,
O
he
12 vai para o
can't.
resto. O 12 passa por cima do 8 e vem para o 6. Cá em baixo tens o 15. E se esse 15 subir pelo laranja, 5-1, 3-1, tem outro 1, chega ao 10. O 23 consegue descer cá para baixo, para o 20 e 21.
Área de roupas culturais.
E o 8 vai até o 21. Portanto, eu punha tropas junto ao 8, lá de cima do canto, e cá
Sim.
no 13 de baixo.
Ai não, não, agora há um turbante.
Ok. Se bem que eu agora não vou ter
Eu
trade,
só vou
portanto.
Might just be
Yeah.
hearing some like family conversation in
Cá
Portuguese
no
right now. I
12,
have
no
no
13 e
idea.
no 8.
Acho que
But we're gonna jump over to
O 11 de
Southeastern
cima, o
Europe. Maybe. Where'd I go? Okay, now you can listen to some Serbian, Croatian. What languages do they speak?
Naranđasti otišao. Če, možemo da blokiramo, brate, malo beloga. Zanimljiv Forte.
I ovaj odlazi, ne razumijem.
A mislim...
Imaš blok u Egiptu, ja mislim. Čisto onako malo 5 stavi. Aleksandrija. Tu 21 da blokiraš možda. Čisto nešto da bude, čisto da ne ode po kill, razumiješ?
Da.
I'm
Možeš
sure
imati
someone in
Bugarsku
here
6,
speaks whatever
a Egipat
language
će
this
biti
is.
isto, možeš dodati.
Is it Croatian? Or is it all Serbian? This is the fun part of the Risk World Cup. You really get to learn more about geography and world cultures. Whether you want to or not.
Da, sad mu je sedmica useless. Ova 12 mora preko naše četvorke.
My
Serbian? Black
Znači mi
Bull
nije
thinks it's
dobro.
all Serbian. Oh, the languages are...
Znači,
so they're
ovo je
British, like,
sad,
dialect.
ovo je sad sljedeći potez, ovo će biti kuma.
Biće
Mislim, nakon
napet.
ovog sljedećeg će biti napredno.
Da li ima Clive dry kill na
So
belog?
Roberto Love's in here.
Bill.
He's from
Osmić tamo.
Serbia. And then
Ne,
you
ne
got
može da
Zerki
osmice,
playing
da.
in Diglavonja.
Ali samo osmice izgleda.
They're both from Croatia.
Da, skoro da ima čekaj.
One of
Moramo
the
pomoći,
favorites to
brate,
make the
da čuvamo.
final here. Yeah, Wilds for both the Dutch.
Ako bijeli nema
and
6-4
Southeastern
karta, nije
Europe.
mrtav 100%.
Ne?
Pa to ti kažem, da. On je mrtav dry skoro, a ne ako ne seta.
I think they're talking about whether to do a dry kill or not.
Je svuda i na zelenom,
Ako ne
i
seta,
na bijelom, i na...
da li ga imamo ga lagano, a?
Da, ali moramo tradat da dobijemo bodove.
Pa da, mi na 4 on...
So it's going to be one
imat će
more turn
100% trade, on ide na 5
if everyone
karata.
holds here.
Ovaj Oman jedino, Jemen šta je već 11, to je problem.
Da.
Jellybean just talking to himself in there. Jellybean, we got a whole Southeastern Asia team
Evo
this
ga,
year.
približava. Sad će kombinuje, znao sam, brate.
A što napada puno teritorija.
Pa zato je slab. Eto ga.
Big
Kako
stack
očigledan,
for
ono,
silver.
Vidi se da igra kapitale, brate, klasičan.
Silver's in basically 4 spots.
Da. I sigurno da ja neću morat tradat sa 3 karte.
Čega?
Ja, brate, ovo je bukvalno ono situacija kad baš ne treba da.
A dobro, da, isto.
Nema koja tu ubija, gledaj, Beli ne može.
Da, ako bijeli ubije nekim čudom naravno da ne može mene.
Nema chain,
kilovat.
brate, jer nema tamo,
Da.
preslab je, a nema te tamo u Portugalu.
Da,
Gle ovog šta radi.
Wow, tek šta?
No
Molim?
problem, Jellybean.
The
Missed it.
fuck?
What the...
He just...
Well played.
Je on to samo napravio zato da preživi?
Pa da.
Očito,
Baš-
da.
Sounds like they thought the Dutch were going to do
Čekaj, da li ima dry kill? Ja, ima dry kill ovaj Clive u pičku matinu, ovo je loše. Ja.
O ne.
They want to dry kill
O
white.
da. Da, vidim
Ovo
da
je
ima...
jako loše, brate. Jel ima?
Mislim da ima. Ajde.
How would they do it?
Mislim...
Hoćeš slow roll na 18, brate, ja ne znam šta radiš.
Ne znam. Mislim da je ovo gotova igra sve jedno.
I don't think they have any dry
Hoćeš da
kills.
tradaš, brate. Ja mislim da sad treba da tradaš.
Ginger.
Pošto nemam opciju, ubit će ga dry, brate, onda može nas da ubije.
Does she think
Ja mislim
I'm
da treba
ginger?
tradaš.
Ako mi
Ali
tradamo,
rasporedi da
onda
Is
možemo
this
da
what
ubijemo.
ginger is to British people?
Čekaj, da možemo da ubijemo zelenog sljedeći potez, tako rasporedi trupe. Ja mislim da treba tradaš.
By the way, I was watching
Yeah.
Welcome to Wrexham last night. Zycron, welcome in Zycron.
Znači
Rasporedi
meni
da možeš da
ovo...
ubiješ zelenog dry sljedeći potez.
And they were talking about what we would call a horse trailer here in the
Bez
Um,
trada nemamo
You
banke.
guys apparently call them horse boxes.
Ne, ide ona
And
četiri
we
karte.
just, my wife and I
Sljedeći
thought that was so
potez.
funny. That's
Ubijamo
just
ga
calling
dry
it a
sljedeći
horse box.
Nije baš lagano.
Like something you pull behind a car with horses in it.
15, 27.
And then she said,
Mislim će Clive killa bijelog jednostavno.
Ma da,
touch
nema.
wood
Šanse
instead of
Vrat
knock
nazad.
on
Aha,
wood,
može.
which I think is a
Ima da
mild
zaštitim
version
naravno
of that
da-
expression. to
Jebote,
touch
šta uradi na
wood.
rađe? Kakav
Do you
slepac.
guys really say that?
Ma idiot.
E pa crveni ima sve, sad je gotovo.
Like we say, like
Ne, ja
we
mislim
say
da crveni
something,
sad
but you don't
pobjeđuju
jinx
igru.
yourself, knock
A ne
on
vidi
wood.
stvarno gdje se pomerio Clive,
Apparently,
brate, on
at
otišao u
least
Tursku,
Wales,
otvorio Bugarsku.
they say,
Nisam ni vidio.
touch wood.
Jebote, ali loše.
Da. Jako loše.
You think green goes
Da
for
bijeli
white here?
mrtav.
Bijeli narančasti su mrtvi, samo je pitanje ko će ih uzeti.
Let's see if they do anything. If not, we'll jump over back to the Dutch. So open can at least translate what's being said.
Bože.
Talking about a dry
Best
kill.
meer ja. Oeh. Dit is zeker
Ja,
mogelijk.
hij heeft de kill. Dit is 100% kill zelfs.
It's a
Die
100.
7 en die 5, en dan de 8 naar beneden. Die 9 kan naar beneden. 20 tegen 12 en dan 21 tegen 13, 1-1.
Yep. Hij moet het met de 8 doen. Oeh. Dat had technisch niet fout kunnen
Clive
gaan. Hij
gets
had
the
met de
kill
8
on
moeten.
silver here.
Ja, dan heeft hij die 9 nog, die kan splitten.
20 on 12, 21 on 13 on
Sure.
1-on-1.
Ja, ik denk dat dit een rode sweep wordt misschien wel.
Hoeveel troops krijgt hij hiervoor? 45. Heeft hij daarna de kill op ons?
Hij had dat anders moeten pathen. Want die 7 die staat naar jouw 12e onderin. Hij had eerst die eentjes moeten doen. En dan eindigen op die 1 boven die 8. Dan had hij doorgekund naar jouw 14.
Heeft.
45 trade here
Ik
for
denk dat hij hem
Clive.
misschien niet
Can he
heeft.
turn into anything else?
Hij moet een hele hoop extra zetten voor de 12, heel veel voor de 14, veel voor de 21, iets op de 4. Iets op
Ja,
de 8.
klopt. Nee, hij heeft hem niet.
Nee,
Discussing pathing for killing.
maar
Moet hij
Ja.
inderdaad 13 daarboven, 16 daarboven.
Zouden wij op
Ja, we hebben een trade.
Can they
Misschien
trade
groen
and
inderdaad.
kill green? I think that would be their play.
We krijgen in ieder geval punten, want rood is nu heel sterk.
Ja.
Rood killen voor 5 kaarten is ook risicovol.
Ja, dat gaat het niet worden. Ik denk dat ik moet gaan proberen op groen. Hoeveel moet ik?
3.
De 8 op de
5.
15, 14 op de 11, 1-1. Hoeveel heb ik nodig daarvoor?
No way that can go both directions there, right?
Uh,
14 is kind of hosed.
ja, zo'n 16 op die 4. Of misschien wel meer, want je
moet
moet
ook
door naar die
12.
12.
I
Ja,
don't know
door
how you
naar
get
12.
through there.
Hoeveel is het dan?
Hey, GG silver. Yeah, first seat in
Ik
the
weet
Prague
28
World
voor
I'm
nu.
always
Ik denk
tough.
misschien 30. Maar we kunnen dat voor nu doen. Die,
Oh, ik heb 4 extra, zo goed.
ja, eentje minder.
Ja.
Vergeet ook niet de 13 onderin. Dan moeten we met
Oh,
onze 21 moeten we naar beneden. Dan moeten we splitten.
Die 21 moet die 23 hitten dan.
Of de 17
I
kan...
think they're trying to figure out how did they get
Splitten
through
ook.
both of
Meer
these.
moeten neerzetten.
Wordt wel
Ik denk dat we
tricky.
niet hebben.
This is all
denk dat we
pretty
het niet hebben.
obvious stuff.
Nou, laten we het niet riskeren dan.
16 on 15. They're gonna have to roll some risky stuff here.
Nee, dat is te tight.
Ja.
We moeten rood misschien een paar keer hitten.
Ja,
They couldn't do it.
voor nu genoeg.
Ja, Zerky en groen kunnen het verder uitvogelen.
Yep.
Want rood heeft 5 kaarten en die heeft straks by far de meeste troepen.
Ja, maar zou groen voor die kill kunnen
dry
gaan?
kill.
Die 9 kan best 1 hier hitten. Zou die iets op die 1 moeten zetten om die 4 te hitten? 12 kan hier heel veel doen. 13 kan hier naartoe. 23 kan hier naartoe.
Zerky heeft ook wel goede lijnen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hij heeft de groene kill. Hij kan de groene, misschien raw zelfs.
Kan die daarna rood vermoorden?
Yeah, Speedster
Waarom
isn't
is
it
niet
so
rood
lame
tegen
when
game?
people don't
Dat
take
weet hij.
bonuses? Like, what's the point?
Ja,
Groen
thought
kan
this
rood
is
vermoorden,
risk.
volgens mij.
dit kan.
Groen heeft de lines.
Just amateur hour.
Die 11 en die 23 kunnen samen die 27 hier weghalen. Hier heb je die...
Oeh, hij gaat dat
He's
voor. Hij
going
gaat
for
voor
the
de
dry
risico-kill. Gaat goed, 16 tegen 12.
Dry kill just meaning you don't have the trade before you go for the kill.
Ja, hij
100%.
heeft
Oh, die connecten,
all the way.
dat wist ik niet eens.
Alright,
Ja.
so there's your
Oké,
second
die
kill of the
pakt hij.
game.
Die moet die
Southeastern
rood goed
Europe
hitten.
takes out
Ja, heeft hij genoeg voor
Portugal.
rood?
Nee.
Nee.
Maar hij moet wel rood een paar
Ja,
keer
jullie
doen.
moeten samenwerken.
Ja.
Ja. Want hij komt straks op 3 kaarten en rood treedt en komt dan ook op 3 kaarten.
Of 55, ja.
Did the time not reset?
Ik sta dan nog het slechtst omdat ik een kaart minder heb.
Ja.
Do you think Zerky noticed the time didn't reset?
Maar hij moet rood nu een paar keer hitten.
Ja, hij moet eigenlijk de eerste move doen. Hij moet iets van 30 troepen hitten van rood.
Minstens.
En dat doet hij niet. Oeh, maar nou kan hij Zerky killen. Hij kan trade op 5. Als hij nu Zerky
Oh.
killt, dan treedt hem dat nog een keer.
Portugal finishes round 1 with 0
points.
points, but 6 more games
Jawel,
to
ik
go
denk het
before
wel.
he
Want
cuts.
daarna hit hij jou. Jij hebt geen set.
Nee.
En hij staat een kaart voor ook nog een keer dan.
Yep.
Clive would have to get the kill here of Zerky to trade.
Maar hij kan niet... Want, oh wacht, na Zerky kill heeft hij nog een trade.
He's got to
ja.
go 65 on 1, split to a 57, onto a 1, onto a 6. That is tight.
Dus risicovol. Clive is misschien ook nerveus.
Onderin is useless.
Ja.
En ja. Bovenin heeft hij ook nog, kan hij ook niet bij. Oeh, dit wordt nog een moeilijke.
I don't think he's got it.
Ik denk dat Zerky de juiste keuze heeft gemaakt. Hij heeft de kill niet. Rood kan de kill niet pakken.
Ja.
En ik denk ook
Hey,
misschien-
biggest sugar daddy lover. Thank you for
Duidelijk
the
Zerky en
raid.
ik
Welcome in,
elkaar kunnen
Raiders.
proberen te killguarden.
We're down to a 3-player in-game with 3 really good risk players. Clive Chatterjee of Turkey,
Weet ik
Zerky,
niet. Dan moet jij met je 28 naar
Croatia.
boven. Alleen dan
Ja.
killguard.
and
Alleen
Learnsey of
jij
the
hem.
Netherlands.
En niet andersom.
Ja, maar mijn 28 kan.
3-player in-game
naar
here in
boven
Ottoman Empire
Als die zijn
advances
elf
is
naar boven,
Prague
eentje naar
World
boven zet.
Dom.
Mijn 28
All these
is
teams
bovenin.
battling for points for their World Cup teams.
We kunnen
This is
elkaar
game 3 of
killguarden.
round 1 of the
Kan
World Cup
inderdaad.
for group 5 here.
Moet ik wel die 11 hitten van rood, denk ik.
Which stack do you think's well placed, Chad?
Hoe bedoel je? Je kunt
Die
die
11
een van die
ook-
corners zitten, toch?
The 11?
Ja, in een van de corners zitten, maar ook even die 11 hitten.
Zou kunnen, inderdaad. Ja, ik denk dat er wel iemand moet initiatief nemen.
Ja. Aangezien niemand anders het doet.
The 11 of blue?
Hij heeft ook gewoon lijnen op jou.
Ja. Niet geweldig.
Dus ja,
hoor.
Yeah, Clive kind of just sticks his big
27
73
kan
in the
naar
middle of the
onder.
board,
Die 57 zit locked, die kan niet bij mij komen, of wel?
waiting to see if Zerky's
Jawel, maar
going
dan
to
moet
trade or
hij door
not,
de
maybe?
73 heen.
Nee, ik bedoel, rood kan jou killen.
Oh, ja, maar daarom wil ik dat Zerky mij killguard. Ik ga het
Ja.
gewoon proberen.
Ja. En dan in een van die hoekjes, inderdaad.
They're just hitting some of Clive.
Dit is genoeg, denk ik, voor nu.
Jawel, ja. De rest van je troep zijn redelijk open, dus...
Nu hoop ik dat Zerky ziet wat ik probeer.
Ja, wat zijn de trades? Want het is, ja, 65.
Ik heb geen trade op
Open,
3.
what are they saying?
Zij gaan 100% trade hebben op 4.
Ja, dan kunnen ze daarna jou killen, inderdaad.
Speedster, you should be able to translate this. It's close enough.
Maar ja, hij moet eigenlijk ook rood killen. Want hij komt op 4 kaarten. Of niet killen, maar
Als die
rood
ons
hitten.
verzwakt, is het een van
Verzwakken.
de- Ja. Als die ons... Oké, als die ons killt in de volgende turn, blauw. Dan... Hij krijgt 130...
They're asking Zerky for a
Oeh.
kill guard up top. Okay.
Trade
Zit op
3.
3.
Gaat
Kan
hij
op zich
proberen-
wel, voor
probeert de hele
safety.
map-
En,
Hij gaat de hele map
nee, hij
proberen.
kan gewoon, hij kan setuppen. Hij kan gewoon een setup doen.
True, maar...
En als wij niet, want hij komt op 1 kaart.
Zerky heeft een
Hij,
trade.
hij killt ons misschien? Hij
Nee,
hit
ik-
Zerky wel.
Ik denk dat hij de hele map gaat proberen te pakken.
Okay. Clive would
That's
like
the
the
thing about
Iberian
Buckley.
Peninsula. Thank you very much.
Maar dat zijn al 11 locked troops. En hij moet met 200. Moet hij dan 180 killen. Ik denk dat hij hier gigantisch faalt.
He's going for the Zerky kill?
Ja.
En dan is het maar hopen dat hij blauw zwak genoeg houdt. Jouw 17 onderin is helaas niet open naar
Yeah,
blauw.
this makes sense.
Oké,
Oké, maar als hij
Depending on
hem
if the
daar
Dutch have the
verwijdert.
trade.
hij gaat blauw pakken.
It's not for points. But it might be the best strategic play.
Ja, hij pakt kill blauw en dan naar mij.
A little risky in that he's got to hope
Maar hij
that the
kan jouw
Dutch don't have the
25
trade.
niet hitten.
Ja, maar hij heeft een... Oh, hij heeft geen trade. Maar ik ook
Hij
niet.
krijgt hier geen punten voor.
Alright,
Maar
Clive
nee,
gets
hij
his
wint.
second
Laat
kill of the
maar.
game.
Hij wint de game. Ja.
Ik zou nu... Ja, nee, hij heeft een trade. Hij heeft 5 kaarten.
Did they say I win the game?
Ja. Nee, dat is onmogelijk.
Or if I had it, I would have won the game.
Het enige wat je kunt doen is zoveel mogelijk territories pakken en
Ja.
No trade on
bijvoorbeeld
three for the
in
Dutch.
alle hoekjes gaan zitten, zodat hij...
I think they're saying just hit as much as you can.
Nee, zoveel mogelijk territories. De enige reden, of de enige manier om te winnen is dat hij het niet redt op tijd.
Ja.
Smart play by Clive there. Not a lot of people go for that. The Dutch just have to try to break everything.
Zullen we het hoekje ingaan?
Ah, shit.
Oeh.
You think Zerky should blame the Dutch? Clive saying good game. Your effort is futile is what Clive is really saying.
Ja.
So it looks like the Dutch are going to go into round 2 with just 3
like it.
points. One of the
okay.
favorites in the
Cards
tournament, only able to collect a single bounty so far through 3 games.
Ik heb ook
Ja,
geen trade.
typisch. Ja, maakt niet uit.
All right, that's going to be it. We'll turn off the combo here from the Dutch. But they played it out as long as they could. Clive played a super smart game. Down there in the 3-player in-game worked out very well for him. And able to work it out. Is the final for points 2 or winner take all? It'll be a 1-game final with a reset modifier. But points won't matter. It'll just be whoever runs the 70 wins the World Cup Championship. I think is what you're asking. And this will be the final piece here. Turkey takes the final kill and the win in Game 3 of Group 5. Congrats to Turkey. Congrats to Clive Chatterjee. GG's to everyone in this one. We've got more World Cup action coming up in just 8 minutes. Open Tanya is going to take over.